I'm so faded.
Hey, Tony Savo, pass me the tequila.
We back.
Yeah, that song makes you want to drink. I'm not faded, but yo, shout out to that's actually coming out of the South by Southwest Familia. Shout out to Harvey H. Shout out to who was it? Raimizi, Jay Montez, who was in the building filming that. Sin from Boston, like. We went to South by Southwest last year as the first independent group. Stevie Boy was out there doing his thing. I was out there doing, we were the first independent group out there South by Southwest doing things. And this year it's going to be even bigger. Mm-hmm. But, we're doing our things. We're in the building over here with Mr. Tony Savo, who's actually, you've been making a huge movement, not only in Sacramento, but you're like, you got the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
You got a fashion show coming up.
Yeah. We got a fashion show at the Grand Hyatt Union Square Plaza right there in San Francisco, here in the city, on the 28th. And it's put on by Sustainable Fashion. It's a fashion week. And we got like some heavy hitters. Like we got like 20 designers, top-notch designers coming out making their debut. It's going to be a catwalk. It's a red carpet event, except it's green because the people behind it, Sustainable Fashion, their concept is very environmentally friendly sound. The way I guess when people make the material and they dye it themselves, there's toxic chemicals in the dyes, and so these guys, it's sfsfwi.org online. You can find out more. But co-promoting, going to be performing, going to be hosting, and I'm going to be joined by Nancy Peral, who just dropped that Futuristic Lover track.
So my man over here, you over here doing the double duty. You're going to be hosting and performing.
Yeah.
That's dope. Do you ever find it hard to like multitask?
No. I mean, I love events. I love the energy. So I also got another show before then on the 19th back in Sacramento, my hometown, called Sacktown Famous. And so we're gonna have Nancy will actually be performing there as well. And we're gonna have, like, if you're looking for the premier talent showcase in Sacramento, you check out Sacktown Famous, #Sacktown Famous.
Yeah, so let's get into Sacktown Famous. I know we talked a little bit off air when we met a couple of days, but Sacktown Famous is something that you've got going on. Mm-hmm. And like you just said, you're trying to showcase and highlight talent that's coming out of the Sacramento area.
Yeah.
Why?
I just think I believe that if you really want to make the next step, you want to basically, I look at it like I'm a big fight fan, like we're talking about the UFC and stuff. And you look at all the champions, what makes someone a champion is they got their hometown behind them. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't come out with your hometown, you know what I mean, then it's like, what are you really doing? Where you at? You know what I mean?
Definitely. So, why don't you tell us a little bit more about, this TV program that you have going on?
Okay. You just want to come out in it.
No, I'll keep it real because he's been mentioning it, and I'm just very curious. He's
curious.
It's been a blessing, man. I'm super thankful. Thank God for that. And been following the acting thing for a while. Little stuff here and there, and this looking like it's off to a great start. Could be the breakout year for the acting stuff. But it's basically it's loosely based on my life, kind of like who I was before I got into the music, and it's got classic cars and bikes and some real characters. You know what I mean? So I wanted to tell more, but I was talking with the director and production crew today in Sacramento. They were like, nah, let's, because it still belongs to Discovery, so they want to be able to break all the ice with that. But yeah, super thankful.
That's dope. My man over here, what you're actually doing is kind of like what we're doing out here in the Bay Area, building a brand. Mm-hmm. And it's funny that I bring that up because I'm trying to segue over here. He's a brand builder.
Brand builder. And
not only is he a brand builder, but he also wrote a song about being a brand builder.
Yeah.
Like, what's the...
Well, when I was doing CFM, my stuff was more geared towards the fighter's mentality. So it's stuff that you could train to, work out to, and we're all, life's a fight in various different things. It's a fight to get your music heard. It's a fight to get out there, get exposure, and so forth. So when I decided to do when CFM went on hiatus and we pushed the pause button on that, and I took a whole year off, and I kind of just reassessed things and looked at what the strengths and weaknesses, what I was doing, what was working, wasn't. I decided to go ahead and move forward with the solo career, the solo project. I dropped Big City, and now my message is like for entrepreneurs out there. You know, my message is like excellence, confidence, success. You can do it. You know what I mean? Grind and work ethic, and I do a lot of marketing stuff on the side, in between events and so forth. And brand builder is a term that it's a marketing term, So people, marketing executives, and people like in that field will know exactly what I'm doing. But we're all brands, It's like whether your music or whatever you're doing. You walk into a grocery store, you go down the aisle of cereal. There's a million different boxes of cereal trying to grab your attention. You know what I mean? Why should I go with this one over that one? And as individuals and as businesses and if you're a musician and artist, you're a brand. So you got to start building your brand. You know what I mean?
Dope. Yo, we're going to let Stevie Boy kick into that brand builder real quick, and then we're going to come back and talk to Mr. Tony Savo. He still has that exclusive that we're going to drop. I know you guys are waiting for it, but
world debut.
It's like a first date. We're going to tease you. And then, depending on how the date goes, then we're going to please you. So, we're going to get into brand building. DJ Stevie Boy over there. It's your boy, the D-Double.
It's your boy, Chips.
And we're over at KPOO.
89.5 FM.
In San Francisco, baby.
The Maddhouze.